Lagos parents protested a 200% boarding school fee hike from 35,000 naira to 100,000 naira per term. Now, they deemed it unaffordable and unfair, especially during economic hardship, and refused to send their children back. The government cited rising operational costs, but parents suspected corruption. Now, after protest, the Lagos State House of Assembly intervened, reversing the fee hike to 35,000 naira and also establishing a committee to oversee school funds management. Now, joining me on the conversation to speak more on this, we have Surveyor Dapo Dawodu. He's the chairman, Parents Teachers Association or Parents Forum of Model Colleges. Welcome, Surveyor. Thank you so much for joining us at this time. Thank you. Good evening. All right. Go ahead and tell us, what was the PTA's initial reaction to the 200% fee hike announcement?
It's very sad. A good number of parents of students of model colleges, I'm a little bit sorry to say, are somewhat the indigent type. One should not really see that, but then that is the reality. And it was such that when this announcement came, late Friday evening last week, exactly 7 days now, just about this time, from that time till Monday the 16th, Monday 4 days ago, we have had 3 parents have passed on merely from the shock of the increment. As you can see, the increment not only came at a time when most parents had already paid the extant fees, but with the situation of things socioeconomically in the country, is not something that most people can bear with at all. Fingers are not equal, they say, but this time around, it looks like almost all fingers are damn inside the basin, all fingers. So it's been rough going for them, and that is why they have taken to the last resort of going public, of even, demonstrating in front of the very school gates, demanding that parents should not even let their children there, so that they could speak as one voice to plead with the government to have a reversal on this.
Okay, Surveyor Dawodu, now can you tell us what were the circumstances that influenced the government's decision?
Yes, ostensibly, it's been said that cost of food products in the market had gone up. While we all know that there has been galloping inflation since last year, at the same time, we've had a history on this matter. The issue of increment had been known in 3 years. It marked exactly 3 years last weekend that the government sought to implement another increment. The present 35,000 naira we had was brokered by the State House of Assembly on the understanding that the Boarding School Management Committee will be made functional for a trial period. We are protesting that ever since that agreement was reached and signed by all the 3 parties, it's a tripartite agreement of the Ministry of Education with our Parents Forum, and members of the State House of Assembly, the ministry has not afforded our parents to participate in the management of these funds. Let me explain. While the money is not paid into government coffers, it's just paid into a school account being managed by the local school principal. But in this case, the Boarding School Management Committee, incidentally, that had been an aspect of model college administration in Lagos State even before we started this dispute in 2021, has stipulated that parents will be part of this committee along with the school management, such that if this were to be the case, there wouldn't really be any need for rancor. If we parents are there to see that what we are paying our children is not enough to sustain qualitative and quantitative meals for our kids, definitely we will be well convinced to add more.
That was actually one of my questions. One of the questions I was going to ask you, because you did say that it's not the economy is not favorable on anybody at the moment, and so a lot of things have skyrocketed. Now, will this reversal impact student welfare and educational quality in terms of improving infrastructure and even services in model colleges? And also there's a bit of concern about potential staff layoffs or even reductions in educational resources due to the fact that they might not be able to meet up since parents are still paying 35,000 naira.
Firstly, let me debunk that. As to the resources, no. It won't affect it because the fees, the money we're talking about are fees being paid for the feeding and the welfare of the children, not the educational aspect. That's the first. Secondly, before and after the first intervention of the Lagos State House of Assembly, we have had our own analysis to counter what the ministry has provided through the principals. And we had continued to update this even until the beginning of this year, and we have submitted it. Well, now they have asked us to even update again because of the peculiar situation of Nigeria now, where the rate of inflation, the way it comes up, is almost a weekly thing. And that is the interesting part. We don't want to fall into the trap of agreeing onto an amount based on what is thought to be the inflationary rate of this today, only tomorrow to turn again and say it is jumped, like what we have seen recently with the prices of fuel, i.e. PMS. When they said subsidy was going to be removed and people said, okay, let's sacrifice in it, you can see that the moment our exchange rate dropped, we started having different figures. And as such, it now looked as if the subsidy was no more there because more money now had to be spent to meet up with the policy we they have had. And what we have, thankfully, as a solution, the feeding and welfare analysis we provided, we're ready and we can boast and, strike our chest that if it were to be implemented to the letter, yes, the 35,000 naira can take them without laying anybody off because it takes care of all food items to be procured, along with the kitchen staff and the boarding house staff.
All right. So
as to the teachers and other ancillary services, no, the Lagos State government already is taking care of them.
All right, Surveyor Dawodu, sorry for cutting you short, but I'm told that we also have another guest, Mr. Gbenga Hussein. He's ESCO PF, Lagos State Model College. Considering that time is not on our side, we'll also love to hear from you as well, Mr. Hussein. Have we seen the last of this hike? Are there plans to advocate for policy changes to prevent similar fee hikes in the future?
Thank you so much. That has been the concern of many parents. That are we through with the era of hikes? Well, for me, I think we might not rule that out entirely. What we are saying is that before any hike, there should be a consultation. It should not be a one-way thing, a unilateral decision from the Ministry of Education to increase the hike. That is not appropriate. But when you have a round table, when parents are seated, where the Ministry of Education are seated, then we can look at this together, and have a formidable position. It should not be one-sided. and then we present our own position on the table, and then they present theirs, and we can collectively agree if at all there's going to be any hike, and it's not going to be a unilateral decision made just by one party.
Okay, now let's hear one final thought from you, Mr. Hussein. How can parents contribute to the newly established committee overseeing school funds management? We know Surveyor Dawodu did say, a little about this.
Before now, in most of the model colleges, there has been almost no contribution from parents. Like he said earlier on, the amount being paid, it's not for their tuition. Because like we know, in Lagos State, education is free. So it's not for the tuition. It's just the 35,000 is boarding fee, which is to take care of feeding. And before now, it's been a one-man show in most of the schools. Only one person dictating how these things are procured. But what we are saying is that there should be a committee as laid down by the law, by agreement, that says there should be a BSMC. This PF on one side and the principal of school management on the other side. So it should be a joint decision. Before now, there's been no participation by parents. And we do hope that with the intervention of the House of Assembly, more parents will be brought on board to participate and see. And if indeed there's any need for increase, it will not be, it will be very nice. But if it's just one side, then such acts will be resisted.
Well, we will definitely reach out to both of you for more updates on this. Thank you so much, gentlemen, for taking time out. And if you permit me,
we are so grateful to the House of Assembly for their intervention at this time, like they did 3 years ago, for them to have directed that this 35,000 naira stays for the first term until January, and in the interim for the Ministry of Education officials and representatives of parents to sit down, to sort out our different data, to sort out the different analyses that we have in order to arrive at a joint conclusive figure that would hopefully be very, very friendly to all concerned.
Absolutely, Surveyor Dawodu. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Yes, Surveyor Dawodu. Dapo Dawodu, Chairman, Parents Forum of Model Colleges, and we also had Mr. Gbenga Hussein, Exco PF, Lagos State Model Colleges. We appreciate you for your time.
Thank you.
Thank you.